Our angels of the starting grid at what's the last sprint race of the 2020 COVID-shortened season at Portland International Raceway, August 15th and 16th. Sit back and relax. I'll be your captain today, Jim Cissell, Pro3 driver 119. It's gonna be a scorcher, over 100 degrees, and we're wrapped in 3-layer Nomex suits with balaclava socks, helmet, and gloves. Heat must be getting to me already. I forgot the window net. Thanks for helping, Julie Reel. And I forgot to hook up my helmet blower. It's gonna be a long session. Here we go. More angels. We couldn't race without them. That's Matthew King up ahead, a novice in a Pro3 car, and Scott Thompson in a hurry down low. Both are new to Pro3 this year, and that's great. I just wish they were slower. Another newcomer, Bruce Matar. Bruce made the switch from SPM class last year. In just his second Pro3 season, he's got that thing dancing on the edge. Maybe a little too much on the edge. That's Scott Thompson, the guy who went flying down low in the first lap. Must be having issues. Always hate to see that happen, unless they're ahead of me. A Porsche 914-6. Don't see many of those. For a Volkswagen, they really handle. This guy's obviously having problems. Too bad he's not in my class. I qualify 11th with a 132.4, beating only the novice. I'm 2.3 seconds off Matt Lowell on pole and a second off my best. But hey, nobody's fast when it's this hot. I wave to all the corner workers, but only blow kisses to a few, like Teresa and Mike Sugar Bear Lombardi. Pro3 spec weight is 2,650 pounds. I'm 2,697. Put on weight during COVID? Bad fuel management? Nope, my wife won't let me carry fuel in our 4Runner tow vehicle, so with just 4 fuel jugs, I have to start with a full tank to last the weekend. At least I get to paddock with the fast guys, Jeff McCaffrey and Josh Voigt, and there's shade. Saturday's race. While I struggle with my glasses, Coley Tipton, veteran Club 4 driver, Pro3 newbie, and IRDC president, gives me a hand with my GoPro. And my belts. And my mirror. What a prankster. Why didn't he race? Maybe got some bad pudding? Temp is 99 degrees. Track temp, probably 300. Centigrade. We're off. I prefer starting inside at PIR, but you takes what you gets. One nice thing about smaller grids, you can see the green flag from the back of the pack. Only 11 Pro3 drivers showed up. 12 if you count novice Matthew King. That's the worst turnout we've had in the 12 years I've been racing in Pro3. For the last 5 years, we've averaged over 20 cars per race, and that includes the more distant and poorly attended tracks like Mission and Spokane. This COVID thing has been hard on racing, from the tracks to the conference clubs and officers. Thankfully, these pandemics only happen every 100 years, we hope. I've been told to watch out for that Porsche ahead. You'll soon see why. No, not yet. End of lap 1. I have that fast new kid, Scott Thompson, in my sights, but we both have that Porsche to deal with. Not sure what kind of line that Porsche is taking, but it let Scott get by, at least for a second. Next lap, Scott tries to pass too wide through turn 10, but Beef Wellington's too cagey for that, and I get a good run out of turn 12. Scott goes outside, so I use Beef as a pick and get by inside. Hope I didn't pinch off Scott. I don't know if Beef was waving at the corner workers or me, but he's a big guy, so I wave back. I get a good run on Beef out of turn 7. Even though I out-qualified him by a half second, he always puts up a fight. If you've seen my videos, you're probably thinking it's because he was a military fighter pilot, but he corrected me. He was a military transport pilot and prefers to be called a distinguished military aviator. And he's a lot bigger than me, so okay. But Rhoda flexes all 160 horsepower and guns down the distinguished Beef. Of course, it does take a while. Oops, that Porsche locks up a bit. That guy drives the craziest lines I've seen. Oh well, so long as he doesn't run into me. Sure hope he sees me. I don't get it. That car should have plenty of grip. Maybe I'll show Andrew a better line through turn 4. Why would I do that? I gradually gain on Andrew, but he's got some juice. And I'm not talking Gatorade, though I'm sure thinking about it. This goes on for about 5 laps. I'm a little closer this time. Maybe it'll turn out differently. I try down low and Groundhog Day. Wow, he really slowed down there. Wonder if he missed a shift. It's now or never. It worked. Until it didn't. Apparently it's not just the off-camber pavement outside Turn 6. That curbing is treacherous. And there goes the Porsche, Andrew, Beef, Scott, and everyone else. Next lap, Racer on Rails Gama Aguilar jumps in and shows us how it's done. Gama gets through and I've got a shot at Scott, except for that damn Porsche. Please don't dive bomb me. That's called foreshadowing. Hey, we made it through Turn 7 with no contact. Maybe it's not so bad after all. Ken Hill said the Porsche locked up in Turn 1 4 laps in a row. This time he almost comes to a complete stop, then floors it. After the race, he was pretty proud that he'd been staying off the line and out of the way, but never apologized. I avoided the red mist, but forgot both feet in, and what's with the wipers again? After I rejoined the fray, pole sitter and eventual winner Matt Lowell adds insult to injury and laps me. I catch up to the Porsche and pray he doesn't T-bone me. But he hunts me down with superior power. I gotta admit, going too wide through Turn 10 after ramming someone, the guy's got cojones. Fortunately, that's the last I see of him. So, I'm DFL. Matt wins, then comes Jeff McCaffer, Josh Voigt, Nick Carbaugh, Bill Ecker, and Andrew. They'll finish in the same order Sunday. It was great racing with Beef and Andrew. Hopefully the damage won't be too bad. A broken wheel, bent fender well, and undetermined chassis and suspension repairs. But it was so hot. I'm exhausted. You can't tell though, can you? As I stagger to turn off my GoPro. Much better, a fresh, non-sweaty face, a new mask, a cheery attitude. And for Sunday qualifying, it's only 97 degrees so far.
Are you all dressed today?
Yes, ma'am. I've learned to dress myself finally.
God.
Hard to believe, huh?
About time. How many years did it take you?
72.
It's so hot, I forgot I'm 73 now. It got even hotter as we waited an extra 10 minutes in pre-grid while the crews dumped kitty litter on the oil spilled from turns 4 through 10. They did a great job, but it got into everything. Apparently even my gearbox. Where the hell is third? Front runners Jeff and Matt must have been impressed. Geez, I just spent an hour cleaning my windshield. Second lap, dust is almost gone, and I'm gaining on Beef. But what's that weird buzzing noise? Lap 3, I've got you now, distinguished military aviator Robert G. Beef Wellington. He's been racing Pro 3 almost as long as me. I started in 2009, I think Beef was 2012. He'll correct me on that too, like he did on the fighter pilot thing. He can make his car wider than anyone I know. He seldom blocks, which I guess is 2 moves in the same corner, but he always makes that one move. Maybe I'm faster this weekend because he's selling his car to Scott Studeris and doesn't want to bang it up. But don't worry, Beef's not going anywhere. He's already looking for a new, faster Pro 3 car. Dadgummit. There's another great guy, Pete Bristow of Bristow Automotive in Tacoma in his Spec E46. I qualify 7th of 9 with a 132.4. Matt's on pole with a 129.9, followed by Jeff, Josh Voigt, Scott Thompson, and Nick Carbaugh. Before I even get out of the car, Pro 3 co-founder Ken Hill arrives. He noticed that my car was smoking out on track. He discovers that the fender well, where the Porsche hit me, was bent in and rubbing the tire. With a pair of channel locks, a block of wood, and a hammer, he had it back in shape in no time. That's the spirit of Pro 3. On the right, that's my paddock mate Josh Voigt, cooling down with a tailgate shower. Yep, we've got all the amenities.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good race.
Sunday, last sprint race of the season. Our angels of the starting grid take good care of us on another humid 100-degree day. Steve Reel on the right, Stewart Dwayne Martinson on the left, Aaron Wilson splitter, and I'm outside again. Why am I so far back? To get a good run on Beef? Sure, that's it. I gain on Bill Ecker too. He's bottled up on the right. Bill and I are buddies. We co-write the Pro 3 line in Zoomfolga magazine. We traveled down and shared my car at BMW's 100th anniversary race at Laguna Seca. So why the hell does he force me off at turn 1? Maybe because I kidded him about his expensive new engine? With me off at turn 1, Beef and Andrew both got by. Lap 2, I overtake Beef and catch Andrew. Lap 3, I miss a shift. That hurts. Lap 4, I'm a little closer, but is it enough? Yep, I love the inside at PIR. Thanks for playing nice, Andrew. For a big guy, you're okay. Lap 5, Scott Thompson sure fast for a new guy. Having some issues, he waves me by. Andrew's back on my tail. I should have moved inside to slow him up, but I leave him room and hope I can hold him off. Hey, it worked. But exiting turn 3, my shoulder locks up and I can't make the shift. Again, I leave him room inside, and again, hold him off. I turn in too late and can't make apex at turn 7, so I'm late to throttle. I leave Andrew room inside at 8. This time he blows by. What am I going to learn to stop being a nice guy? And missing apexes. 2 laps later, I try down low. Andrew gives me room, but I chicken out. Next lap, he gets wise to my inside move at turn 1 and holds me off. Another lap later, I push too hard. Beef blows by, and I'm back to DFL. Beef gets wise too and preempts my inside move at turn 1. And pushing too hard with greasy tires, I overcorrect, and Beef flies away. Yeah, I finished DFL. But I beat novice Matthew King, who was running a Pro3 car, and Bruce Matar, who was a DNF. That's him on the right. I was only 1 second off my best time ever. Coley Tipton and the Hill brothers complimented my driving. I had some great racing with Beef Wellington and Andrew Mitchell. Kisses blown to me from the corners. Aaron Wilson smiled at me once. I had a great breakfast with Mike and Teresa Lombardi. That's them at turn 6. Sweaty elbow pumps with Andrew Mitchell, who's a pretty great guy, even though he punted me at Mission. Josh Voigt taught me how to tailgate shower. Even let me take a shower, though by then the water was pretty hot. And I accomplished my #1 goal, which was not to pass out. Though I did come pretty close. I'll do better next year. I might have done better this race if only that stupid guy hadn't gone and tried.